December 94, Nomis Studios, Shepherd's Bush, London, Showcase Day. A specially selected group of songwriters and record industry execs will be the girls' first ever audience.
It's an opportunity to get together, you know, record company people and publishing people, and it's really where you set out your stall. So, if that had gone wrong, then you know, that could have sort of spelt the end of the whole thing.
We haven't got any decent songs, we haven't really got anything to work on. Hopefully this showcase will bring writers and bring new material our way, and we'll have something solid.
We will find the writers today.
It was at a place, Nomis, which we all go to very many times, three or four times a week. If you're in publishing or in records, you go there very often. It's not a place that is unfamiliar to us, and in a way it's tainted with the negativity. I was there the night before that, 2 days before that, and in a way you go to the place again. It's like keep on going to the same environment. You think, oh God, it's going to have to be really special to bowl you over.
We could go out now and get a singles deal and just put out a single, and you know, the whole thing would just fizzle out after one single, maybe 2 singles. The whole idea is to get an album's worth of material together and go out, package it all up. We'll go out to the record companies and hopefully knock them dead with it.
That's it, this is our life. No matter if friends ask us out, no, I can't go out, I've got an early morning call at the studio tomorrow, so it's like we've put all our energies into this, so it's got to work, simple as that, it's got to work.
We were working through the songs, through the movements, where they were going to breathe, how they were going to hold the mics.
Take me away. Take me away.
No, smile. No one
I won't get the wrong bloody no, I'm fine.
It's hard enough just to stand in front of an audience and sing, but this is kind of people who can make or break your career.
I think you've got to be confident, because, I mean, we were all talking this morning, and we said if any of us are nervous, keep it to yourself, because if one's nervous, then it all spreads like wildfire. So as a group, we are confident, yeah. As a group, we are, yeah.
Them cooks downstairs says that I saw Michelle Gale and she looks huge. Last week she was in the studio.
I think she is quite big, but she's like, she looks in good shape, do you know what I mean?
While the girls trade pop gossip, the managers count the cost.
It costs, I suppose, in hard cash, probably £1,000 a week. I would think that 20,000's been spent so far, and it could be another 25,000 before we get a record deal.
Management, aren't they?
I just respect them for doing what they're doing.
They hadn't been on a contract from the word go. I'd always said to everyone, particularly approaching the showcase when they were going to be exposed to outside influences and that. So, you know, I'd always said, look, we've got to get them under a contract. You know, this is the final lineup. We're very happy with it, and it's all working well. It's now time to put all that in writing. The girls were also very insecure because they never had a contract and, you know, quite scared. And they were actually, you know, sort of banging on about getting something sorted.
Well, I don't think we'll sign a contract until we get a record deal. So I don't know when that's going to be. Depends how today goes, really, and what writers we can get on board and things like that. Then we'll probably have a contract.
Basically what we did during the day, we kind of split the day down, and different sets of writers and producers and publishers were coming down at various intervals, and the girls would put on a number of showcases throughout the day and then talk to them and schmooze with all the relevant people.
The buzz was incredible. It had gone round the industry, and there were people pouring in all the time, and there was a, you know, when you get a buzz in the industry, you know it.
It's the hottest ticket in town.
Who's that?
The girls are high on nervous energy.
I'm the love goddess. We're the party animals. We are. Party animals.
Yeah.
Out every Wednesday.
We like to have fun. Yeah. Live life for the moment.
We get dressed up on a Wednesday night.
Got money, spend it.
She is a foxy lady of the group.
I'm not a foxy lady.
And this is, she's innocent, but really she's
Oh, look. I am. Hi. And I'm blonde.
I'm Ginger now. I'm the Mad Hatter. She's the eccentric of the group. She's going to end up really old and, like,
dressed really weird. I'm going to have a castle with a swimming pool and an island in the middle. And have loads of wild parties.
You should put that before.
I'm feeling in a better mood now because I've had something to eat, so I'm not going to be as moody. I'm even fatter than before.
Is that before? After before? After before?
We have to have a, you know, little
Should we
get together.
pray?
Pray.
That's like Madonna.
Okay.
Madonna got inspiration from
Okay,
us.
I want to thank you, my God. Okay. Oh my God. Oh, he's gonna be marvelous.
Finally, after months of pop, sweat and tears, it's showtime.
We're gonna make it happen. The time is right for us to shine a light. We're gonna make it happen. Don't ask me where I've been, just where I'm going to. Woo! So hear me out and let me in. I'm coming through, beyond stop motion. Time away, don't hesitate. Visualize your inspiration. You know I'm gonna make it, baby. Don't you lie, don't you lie. Never fade me, baby. Come with me, and you see, it was meant for you and me. Now that I know who we can bring, I want the world to know that we're gonna make it happen. Know the time is right for us to shine a light. We're gonna make it happen. Don't ask me where I've been, where I'm going to. We're gonna make it happen.
It's not a question of looking and say, oh, that's a sexy one, or he's handsome, or she's great. You felt as though commonly they looked as though they were bigger than the individual parts. So collectively they looked like a gang. Collectively they acted like a gang. There was certainly a common energy that was coming off the stage, and a driving force that you just thought, oh God, I'm not sure whether this is going to work or not. It's going to turn a few heads and it's going to make people smile.
One thing we'll have to say, we're gonna make it happen. Know the time is right for us to shine a light.
We're here till 6-ish anyway, so yeah, the girls might be a bit knackered by then, but never mind. Fine, I mean they keep doing it all day long, you know.
We're in an industry that needs to be fed, you know, it's like bloodsuckers and sort of Dracula, and we need blood to feed us, you know, and when people come in that are very vibey and very positive and amazingly focused, you either say, no, this is all too frightening for me, and shut the door, or you jump onto that roller coaster ride with them.
They kept that momentum the whole day. They performed the very first time as they performed the last time. They were so hyped and so buzzed because everybody kind of thought, wow, this could be different. This could be something.
For the way it's going, I think people are really liking what they're seeing, and I just think we've had some good writers under our belt anyway.
After the song's finished, they came and had a bit of a chat, sat in a group, and basically started firing us questions.
Have you thought much about what you think lyrically would make sense of where you're at?
We don't really want to think about the
we don't
love
want
sort of thing, really. Maybe one or two, but that's what everybody tends to sing
something
about.
that everyone can identify with.
Well, maybe things like Girls Just Want to Have Fun, for instance, that kind of lyric could be.
Jerry was sat 3 steps in front of them, quite focused and very, very as though she was the dynamic force that was then wanting to take it to the next stage.
Well, we think that there's a massive gap in
Definitely,
the market.
yeah,
Because
for a
we don't-
girls group.
Yeah, we don't consider ourselves to be on vogue or eternal, but, you know, we're not as poppy as Take That.
You weren't going away thinking, my God, these are fantastic singers. You were blown away by the positivity and the whole energetic, fun aspect of it. And it would take a certain manager to then say, well, I'm not frightened about the absence of songs, but I'm up for developing and harnessing the band and the brand and the possibilities of expanding that.
That was the first time they had been exposed to any sort of outside excitement, the rot set in, particularly with Jerry. That was it. She was ready. She was like a horse out of a trap.
Jerry came to me a couple of days afterwards saying she'd be very interested in following up a conversation about the possibility of me introducing her to writers. Jerry came on her own. She was relatively unclothed, with a big smile, and sort of looked like a very lovable Barbara Windsor sort of character. It was a very cold day and she had very little on. So obviously, with the benefit of hindsight, she obviously decided that was the way to get to my heart. And the conversation quickly moved towards her being relatively unsatisfied with the speed that Chris and Bob were taking the band. From that, she asked me if I'd be able to help her with any lawyers, and also would I be able to take her and introduce her to potentially any other managers. She went back to see the girls and then said, listen, I've had a meeting with Mark, he seems all right.
Jerry and Mel were very, very close at that time. They had a very fiery relationship, but, you know, when they were together, they were like a rod of iron.
And I took them into Columbia, I took them into Parlophone, EMI, and I took them into RCA. And it was just a whirlwind every single time, so people definitely knew they were in. And I was, you know, high on the possibility of them being part of that roller coaster ride with them.
She had heard everything she needed to hear, and she was gone.
How Chris felt, I think he probably felt really pissed off.
I was young then and, you know, allowed that to happen. I would never get to that stage now where, you know, I would get an act that, you know, that far down the line and not have a contract with them.